SCP-5506. The best part of waking up is manifesting a new god. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. There is currently no known physical means by which to mitigate SCP-5506. All containment efforts are to be allocated to concealment and threat mitigation. Foundation web crawler Arabica 6 is tasked with trolling police, social media, news, and video sharing platforms for SCP-5506 related activity. Distributed Mobile Task Force Alpha 32, Beanbusters, is the designation given to specialized units established in all major SCP Foundation sites to provide rapid response to and investigation of any confirmed SCP-5506 related events. Protocol Yerba Mate has been implemented across the globe in order to downplay and discredit the health benefits of coffee consumption, to disseminate alternative facts about the harmful effects of coffee consumption, and to popularize the exploitation of workers employed in all aspects of the coffee industry. This protocol will remain in place until a more targeted means of containment becomes available. Description: SCP-5506 is a thought-form entity currently utilizing coffee-based products as a means of achieving relative permanence. In its attempt to enter our reality, SCP-5506 exerts cognitive influence over individuals that have consumed specific blends of coffee bean species. These blends, collectively designated as SCP-5506-0, are Class 5 Gustado hazards, which first appeared in 2018 as the primary blend utilized by the Dunkin' Brands Group Incorporated, formerly Dunkin' Donuts, and all espresso products sold by both their primary outlets within the United States. Since its discovery, the exact SCP-55060 blend has changed composition as the production of the previous blend decreases. All SCP-5506 affected individuals, designated SCP-55061, have displayed identical symptoms and behaviors during manifestation events. Typically, these events last for approximately 5 minutes, during which the following will occur. SCP-55061 will begin to exude increasing amounts of liquid coffee from its ocular activities. The subject will vocalize in a raised volume, "Down with the old gods, in with the brew," before vomiting approximately 34 kilograms of non-anomalous coffee grounds, dislodging its teeth in the process. Subject will vocalize again, stating, "Flesh for the old ways, coffee for the new." This vocalization is always accompanied by the upper dermal layers of its skin beginning to blister. Despite the obvious damage done to the thermal layer, the subject will not acknowledge this damage in any way. SCP-55061 will assume a kneeling position and vocalize, "Devour the tired, Lord of Caffeine." This vocalization is accompanied by complete liquefaction of their ocular organs as they undergo anomalous transformation into liquid coffee. Subject will then raise its arms before vocalizing again, "A vessel for my savior, keeper of the bean." At this point, SCP-55061 will begin seizing violently before explosively exsanguinating, ending the SCP-5506 event. Based on autopsies performed on SCP-55061 subjects, the internal body temperature of each subject are estimated to have been approximately 65 to 150 degrees Celsius at the point of exsanguination. Each subject has expressed extensive second and third degree burns within the subject's esophagus, stomach, intestines, and chest cavity. Blood analysis indicates high concentrations of caffeine, often in excess of 150 mg per liter at the time of death. The only known initiation factor is the need for SCP-55060 to be present in the system of the affected individual. Due to the infrequent nature between reported events, it is theorized that SCP-5506 is unable to continuously manifest and/or requires other unknown prerequisites. Despite significant asset investment into discovering alternatives, there are currently no known non-lethal methods of terminating an SCP-5506 manifestation event once it has been initiated. Discovery: the first known SCP-5506 manifestation event occurred on April 26, 2018, within a Dunkin' establishment in Freehold, New Jersey. Within the following 6 months, a total of 4 SCP-5506 manifestation events were documented. The Foundation initially designated these occurrences anomalous events RFB 55060 through RFB 55065. The cause of the events were undetermined and the bodies were autopsied, frozen, and stored within Corpse Containment Block B at Site 51. On November 19, 2018, the cashier of a Dunkin' establishment in Abbotsville, Pennsylvania underwent an SCP-5506 manifestation event. This event was not initially captured by Arabica 6 due to the instantaneous nature of the live-streamed event. Incident Video Transcript 5506 Inc. 03. Date: November 19th, 2018. Location: Ardmore, Pennsylvania. Forward: the following video was captured through a smartphone camcorder by Nathaniel Berry and live-streamed to the social media platform Facebook. Begin log. Nathaniel, to camera. Hey there, Nate heads. It's your boy, Nate Berry here, and I got a little surprise for y'all today. Here's the plan. As you know, we had about $2,000 of Nate books printed by our good friends over at Cryptic Art Studio. Nathaniel holds a stack of $20 bills towards the camera. His face is featured where the portrait of Andrew Jackson is normally found. So today, we are going to a bunch of different stores, and we're going to attempt to buy some of our stuff with our Nate bucks. And our first stop? The camera abruptly changes orientation as Nathaniel walks towards the entrance to a Dunkin' establishment. Let's do it. As Nathaniel approaches the door, several patrons exit the establishment in a panicked manner. Undecipherable shouting can be heard from inside. Damn it. Well guys, it looks like there's already some shit going down in there, so the pranks may need to wait, but we're still gonna see what the groove is inside. As Nathaniel enters, several Dunkin' employees can be seen attempting to calm another employee that is standing atop the service counter. SCP-5506-1. Flesh for the old ways. Coffee for the new. Large portions of its face falls to the counter, which prompts one of the other employees to vomit in response. The flesh continues to liquefy until only bone and several tendons remain. The fuck is going on? The SCP-55061 instance jumps to the ground and pushes an employee several meters before assuming a kneeling position. The other two employees attempt to restrain the SCP-55061 instance. Upon making physical contact, the instance vomits a large amount of liquid coffee, which severely burns the employees as they immediately begin to seize. Oh, fuck this, I ain't no part of this shit. The video feed jerks and shifts as Nathaniel rapidly exits the establishment before the livestream ends. End log. Afterward, the video stream was flagged by Arabica 6 and purged from the Facebook servers and Nathaniel Berry's devices. Berry himself was detained by members of Mobile Task Force Alpha 32 and was treated with Class B amnestics before given the cover story Zeta 6 Failed Prank, which was reinforced through manufactured social media commentary. SCP-5506 Protocol Proposal. Currently, we have no means of detecting, preventing, or containing SCP-5506 events. All evidence indicates that the SCP-5506 situation is worsening. The spread of influence and frequency of manifestation events has steadily increased following 5506 Inc. 05. As attempting to force governments to ban coffee and coffee-based products would only create an unstable and pervasive black market, Protocol Yerba Mate must be instituted as quickly as possible. Dr. Sutton, 5506 Research Head, Site 126. 05 Command, approved. Update: August 12, 2019. On the 12th of August 2019, Emergency Services in Manahawkin, New Jersey received an abrupt call from an employee of Dunkin' Store 2864. The call indicated an SCP-5506 event was in the process of taking place, and the caller stated that the SCP-55061 instance was alive and babbling incoherently. Due to its close proximity to Auxiliary Response Site 126C, a Foundation response team was able to arrive prior to the conclusion of the event. Incident Video Transcript 5506 Inc. 62. Date: August 12, 2019. Location: Manahawkin, New Jersey. Forward. Site-126 activated their on-site iteration of Mobile Task Force Alpha-32 in response, accompanied by Dr. Sutton and the Site-126 concealment team. The police had already evacuated the building when Foundation response arrived. Dr. Sutton and Mobile Task Force Alpha-32 entered the building, while the concealment team handled the civilian presence. Begin log. SCP-55061 is standing in the center of the room, coffee leaking from its facial orifices, and lacerations in its skin. The walls, furniture, and floor are covered in pools of liquid coffee and muddied mounds of ground coffee. As the team enters, SCP-55061 turns in their direction. SCP-55061.
Dr. Sutton. How nice of you to come. After all your attempts to impede my ascension, I'm glad to finally meet.
Dr. Sutton. How do you know my name? SCP-55061 spreads its arms out in a welcoming gesture.
I know all of my children, even if you stop partaking in my embrace.
Very well, and what should I call you? Subject laughs, and the motion tears a small hole in its chest, releasing a fresh torrent of liquid coffee.
Come now, Doctor. You know what I am. Your species loves me. You consume me every day. I am part of all your lives. I am eternal. I am caffeinated. I am coffee.
What are you doing to these people you assume control of?
I am doing what I always do, Doctor. I am waking them up.
It looks like you're doing a lot more than that.
When I first sent your species my seeds so long ago, I never imagined the ferocity in which you would come to love me. You fight for me, abuse and enslave each other for me. The thousands of factories designed to produce and spread me, they are but moments to our glorious bond, like flies to a corpse. You cannot help but come back for more.
So, you want to come here to be, what? Worshipped? To rule? There's no victory for you here. No conquest to be had. You drastically underestimate our ability.
I long for that love. I long for my children. I will be loved.
We've seen types like you. What you're doing is a perversion. You have no understanding of love. Subject's left arm detaches at the elbow, and more liquid coffee pours out. SCP-55061 glances down at its arm and sighs.
This child can no longer hold me. I will find a way through, Doctor. Do not fear. Your new god is coming. I am coming. I am coffee.
SCP-55061's body disintegrates as it ruptures, covering the room with coffee and blood. End log. Afterward. The sudden rupturing triggered a mass SCP-5506 manifestation event affecting every individual in the room who had consumed coffee that day. A total of 28 civilians and 14 Foundation personnel dropped to their knees and began vocalizing in unison, "Down with the old gods, in with the brew. Flesh for the old ways, coffee for the new. Cling to its mercy, Lord of caffeine. A soul for a new god, all hail the bean." Immediately following the mass vocalization, all 42 SCP-55061 instances ruptured, covering the area with approximately 4,000 liters of blood and coffee. Due to the increase in both frequency and severity of SCP-5506 events, Protocol Yerba Mate has been deemed ineffective in containing SCP-5506. Update. As of January 1st, 2020, there have been a total of 278 known SCP-5506 manifestation events. Urgent Notice. November 16th, 2021. Over the previous 7 days, SCP-5506 mass manifestation events have been occurring daily, most frequently in the New England area, though increasing in regularity across the northern United States. On 9th of November 2020, Foundation orbital satellite Fibrix-7 detected an abnormal spike in theta radiation localized to a field in Tansbury, Utah. An investigation unit was immediately dispatched, arriving to discover in excess of 20,000 liters of liquid coffee and boiled human viscera spread across a 120 square mile area. In total, the remains of about 68 individuals in various states of liquefaction have been recovered. A trail of muddied coffee led to the local Tansbury aquifer before dissipating into the town's primary water source. No further SCP-5506 manifestation events have since been recorded. Proposition 5506, Ordinance 9, is pending at Overwatch Command to release certain classified datum regarding SCP-5506 to the UN Security Council, per Article 2, Subsection 12.3a of the SCP Foundation Charter, in preparation for a potential HK-class diegetic subjugation scenario. Thank you for listening to SCP-5506. If you enjoyed this SCP, please follow the link in the description to the SCP Wiki and vote it up to support it and the SCP Wiki as a whole. Also, if you have any SCPs you'd like for me to do, please comment below and I'll see what I can do.